Okay. We're back, and yes, by all means, share some trivia. I guess, warning for anybody who is watching... who is watching just the Miles Edgeworth portion of this stream. Serp is going to be talking about One Shot, which I just completed minutes ago. Oh, yeah. I always get thrown off when there isn't a choice to go, why can't I do it from the save point? Because I stopped playing at the end of one chapter and the beginning of the next one. So yes, blow the doors off on talking about everything. Dark Twins mentioned yesterday that there was some niggling little thing that causes some people to have a not ideal playthrough, but that I was going through the, like, best experience of the game in some way, and I don't know what he meant by that. I don't know if maybe there's some little thing that can happen that forces you to do one more playthrough, and I went through with only 2 playthroughs, or something along those lines. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, we got time. Bear with me just a sec. I'm gonna go throw some laundry in so that I can finish that up before work. So I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Starting the next chapter of Miles Edgeworth here. According to the clock that said, oh, you're right. There was that clock and it did say all zeros the whole time. Oh, okay. The true ending stuff was a content update even later than the original Steam release. So it was released on Steam without the complete, like, actual end of the... But there's so little. Oh, no, wait. Okay. I get it. It's not until, You mean all of the stuff that happens after you enter that elevator. At first I thought you meant the part where you have to shuffle... Cat Peach GG! Hey!
Oh, can't do it if you're
How are you? You were streaming HOTS earlier today, right? We're just... I'm in a weird transition period because I just beat One Shot, and now I'm gonna finish up with an hour or so of Miles Edgeworth. But I'm sitting here talking about... I haven't actually done anything yet. I'm just talking to Serpent about about One Shot. But that is really interesting. The fact that he released it on Steam without the ending in there and then had to patch it in. And didn't even patch it in, like, with the time... Like, there's a timer counting down to when you'll be able to go. And the thing just opened, it's like, oh, we didn't actually finish the patch yet. I've left the Damask 2 investigation to Franziska and returned to Bubba. It would have been perfect if only... If I had known that you were going to host me, maybe I would have played League of Legends instead of Miles Edgeworth, and you could see how the other side lives. Instead of Heroes of the Storm, get some League of Legends under your belt. So, what's the situation? I forgot. So let me try and recap here. Mentally recap. Because I also haven't played this in a week, maybe. I always say, whenever I start to play a game, I'm like, oh, I haven't played this in like a week. When in reality, it could have been a month, it could have been 3 days, it could have been 1 day. That's one of the 2 people who was killed. That's the weapon he was killed with, maybe. This is the key to that safe. There's the document. Whoops. That's the handle because the 2 knives switched blades. We have no idea why passion flowers matter for anything. This is the note. Somebody told Mask Damask that he should go steal the statue. We figured it out by looking at the bottom of the statue that the 2 statues were switched. That's evidence that it was moved. This is the... Did we figure out that he was killed with that? I don't remember. Oh my god, this is a really big case. Yeah, oh yeah, I guess that's true. If you wanted to truly blind cast LOL without really knowing anything, without even being like, without having any remote idea of what's going on, then yeah, I guess I shouldn't teach you everything that I know. Okay, no, thank you very much for stopping by, and I did enjoy watching the stream yesterday. I'm glad you guys got back to playing Final Fantasy. But yeah, it really was the same team, though. The same team that wrote the true ending compared to the other endings. I will for sure have to go and watch a bunch of other playthroughs and read up a whole bunch about it. We weren't goofing off, honest, sir. We've been investigating. I forget who this guy is. Is he the guy from the case 9 years ago? 8 years ago? Or did we just meet him today? I know it. 0 progress. You have permission to enter Alabastian Embassy, is that correct? Yes. Investigations on pieces of evidence. Oh, we're gonna lose a bunch of pieces of evidence that don't matter. Okay, yeah, so I was right the first time. The guy from the 8 years ago. Oong! Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. If I don't, I guess I'll unload them somewhere. Evidence that has lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe, which they don't often do in these games. They keep you with useless evidence all the way through the case. He tried to throw the autograph away, but she won't let him. Scrunched up into a ball and disposed of. Get wrecked. What do you mean, fake? Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Okay. So I reviewed my evidence for nothing. It was premature. I moved a freaking 1/8 of a footstep. Chill. I misread. As soon as he popped up, I'm like, he's not the guy. That's exactly what you were saying. He's one of the ambassadors. The guy who was killed was the victim. Or the victim was the guy who was in the case from 8 years ago. I'm the worst. Oh, this is the guy that's always giving out vouchers. I remember him now. Okay. He's like, here's a coupon for the cafeteria in our home country. Use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to Babao. Ace Detective. The guy who was killed was the victim. We're on to something here. You gotta restate the basics over and over and over and over and over again. Did you learn nothing from Danganronpa? Why is he telling it? I already know that. Stop going over the basics. The Primodex statue between the founders. Blah, blah, blah. He found the king. Didn't know we had a king. Pretty petty when you think about it. Alright, so I'll have to present him the statue and show him, look, you guys switch statues in the middle of the night. Or in the middle of the day, in the middle of a fire. Thank you, but just the one thing. Manny Cochin is the guy who was killed. If I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. Well, you're gonna have to think of another word, because that doesn't really tell me anything. Country Unification Council. Had tonight's events proceeded without a hitch, our two countries were to reunify and become one. That only takes an evening. We've already drawn up all of the paperwork and everything. We are just going to watch the Steel Samurai cavort on stage for a couple hours, and then we were going to have a meeting to reunify our countries. That hair. Everybody's hair in this game, by the way. In all video games, really. When was the last time somebody in a video game had normal hair? Not from Japan. Alright, so we're going to present the statue to him. Take a look at this for me. The Premier statue sitting in Elblist right now actually belongs to Babal. So it would appear. I received a call from Ms. Von Karm. Oh, we didn't even... So there was no point. He already knew. I wish to inspect the other statue, because the statue currently in your country's possession... Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. It's definitely Abel's statue. I know because it's the real statue. You're saying that Babal's was a replica? Well, that got cleared up incredibly fast. Received my order from the leaders of Babal, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. Negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight to say that we could not determine which statue was the real one. Why are you telling me this? Hold it! Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? You don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. Never thought about being betrayed. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. It's simply ironic. Weird. Can I go inside? So, no. We need to inspect the stage. Oh, so by the way, in Umineko, I'm still in the first chapter, but I'm getting really close to the end. They're right now, what's the last thing that happened? It's near the end of the chapter. They just they're in the study, and they just realized that there was a third letter. They're like, what's that other envelope that's right here on the table that looks just like the other envelope? Oh my god, it's a third letter. They didn't, like, that's right where I ended. I'm gonna finish it up as soon as I can. Because there's still, what, 8 more chapters for me to... It's so long! Did Ludefix really finish it in only a month? It was more than a month, right? You couldn't possibly. There's no way. You would have to... He would have to not do anything else. It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. The greatest Great Thief show. Okay, about 2 months. Even 2 months. It's crazy. I'm a 10th of the way through the whole thing. Maybe less. It's so incredibly... Oh, jeez. Don't start this. Actually, that's a stepladder. They're the exact same thing. No way. From their structure up, they're totally different. But of course, from a thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder. A stepladder is much too heavy to carry around, after all. And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty of being dangerous during an earthquake. I was watching... I Ate Your Pie was playing, Aviary Attorney, which, I didn't stream, but I did play on my own. Oh, yeah, I was talking about, the visual novel, Umineko. In Aviary Attorney, there's a point where there's a, like, one of the things that you can look at is a picture on the wall, and one of them says it's a picture of a ladder, and his partner corrects him and says, actually, it's a step ladder, and he goes, we are not getting into that conversation. Lots and lots of nods to, Phoenix Wright and other games in Aviary Attorney, which is just a masterpiece. It's a short game, but it's very, very... The story is very good, and the art is very good, and the writing is very good. It all around is a better game than you would possibly think just looking at it. All right, he's investigating. What did you find out? Anything? Ha 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 ha. He's found nothing. Come on. Come on. Get it together, Gumshoe. Found something really interesting from Ambassador Palaeno. Palaeno. What is this? Why is the flame burn green? Copper? A special wit crystal oil. What? It's a special property of the oil. These silhouettes. So this is going to matter. This is going to matter, of course, for the murder. Add it to my court record, I know. Oh yeah, Gumshoe's theme is great. Ah, I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as an assistant. Silhouette lantern for no reason. Summary of what's happened. So, there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country. That's the gist of it. Laval is just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of people and things that enter their country, meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. The person who traversed both countries. You mean the fake Yatagarasu? The Rose Garden on the Avalastian side of the embassy. Okay. I don't know why I'm making such an effort to understand things, because every question will either be bullshit or incredibly, incredibly easy. What is it? It's something that matters for the murder. My guess is that it's a guitar pick. Just picking up trash off the ground and handing it to me. They have concerts here. Alright, I'll find it somewhere later. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. I picked up some other garbage on the ground. You should hold it for me. Misused perfume. 7 years ago, she's been hanging onto this perfume bottle. Is the dog going to help track her down? There is a dog. Missile is here. Alright, so this is a new area. We haven't been here before. I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. Oh, it's her. Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. Investigation into Manny Koten's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation of the Yatagarasu has. Ah, yes, the Yatagarasu. Preposterous. That's what I came here to investigate. And that's when it happened that Yatagarasu appeared. Did they use the lantern? Not a single feather shall escape my diligence. Zoop, 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 zoop. Here we go. The audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked and started knocking over lights. Oops. Talk to the actually useful person then. Let's just get those other lawbreakers. The law. I am the law. No, wait, am I mixing up two... Hold on. I'm mixing up two movies. What's the other movie where somebody says something about lawbreakers? It's not Judge Dredd. It'll come to me. It'll come to me 3 weeks from now. I'll sit up in bed and go, lawbreakers. It's from... who knows what. Somebody tried to recall him? Is there someone who doesn't want him to find out the truth? Or is it just a coincidence? So wait, even though he's like, I saw him with my own eyes, he really just means we saw his silhouette, an unmoving silhouette that was obviously just placed in front of the spotlight in order to throw people off. Yes. Thank God. There was no one else with the same shape. Not among the staff or the audience members. Let's present, I don't know, nope, you don't care about this. Are you joking? Only cooperate with those you can trust. Alright. Forget him. Look around the area. I object to the stool. So I was just, I just mentioned on one of the other Discords, I don't check my email often enough, so this is actually news from earlier in the week. But I checked my email, and there was an email from the college that I went to. Basic, like, I can't possibly overstate this. It literally opened with the phrase, "Shame on you." It was a letter addressed, it was some professor had wrote it to a bunch of the faculty, and then the vice president of the college forwarded it to, like, the alumni mailing list that says, like, shame on all alumni who are not donating money to us. They must all be racists and sexists because the president of the university is a black woman. And I'm like, this is baffling. Like, baffling for somebody to write it in the first place, but then for them to go, you know, this is something that alumni really need to hear. They need to face the truth, that the truth between why our, you know, contributions from alumni have been going down ever since she took office isn't because she's been doing a terrible job in running the university into the ground for the past 18 years. It's because you're all old white guys, and you know how racist and sexist you guys are. It's so bizarre. Like, I really, as I was reading the letter, I didn't believe it, and then I went and, like, looked around, and it's like, oh no, okay, everybody's talking about this. Tons of people are upset about it. It's so, like, as I was talking to Soul, who's somebody else in my chat who went to the same school, I was like, ever since I graduated, I only ever hear bad things about the school, and it's always because of how it's being run. Like, the terrible relationship between the administration and the student body. Especially, like, there was a student union that, you know, takes care of a bunch of the stuff on campus, and they basically disbanded it. They're like, no, the administration's gonna handle that from now on. There's no more student union, basically. It's just a weird aside, just because I just got that email today, and I was reminded because they're talking about assemblies and principals in schools. Roses scattered on the surface of the water. Alright, smells nice. The pool's water is also used for putting out fires. I don't believe you. That's silly. Of course we found a pool. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. How often do you need to put out fires? That's weird. Alright, whatever. What school is it? It's RPI in New York. No, don't. Yeah, it's. Once upon a time, I think I was trying to be a little bit careful about, like, what area I'm from, but it's not. Whatever. It's impossible to keep anything private on the internet anyway. You know, if you look around, you'll find my Reddit account with ease. It's the same as my stream name, and if you know, comb through that, I'm sure you can find out a billion things about me. It's not like there's really any point in trying to keep things secret on the internet. But yeah, if you just Google RPI, well, what's gonna come up is the thing that just happened this week, but also the just years and years of strife that have befallen the school. Which is why, like I said, it's so bizarre for someone to come out and say so explicitly, this is because of racism and sexism. And he actually used the word heightism because, well, she's not very tall, so you know what that means. All the institutionalized heightism. He wasn't even being sarcastic when he wrote it. Yes, you are. You've done it. You've done it in every game. No, that's not true. But he does do a lot of silly things. Did you fall into the pool? No. So you know my son. This is a turnabout. Oh, his freaking character. Whatever. Oh, that's right. There was a third. He was carrying. No. Is he holding someone's hand or something? And he said he wrote some kind of message about a daddy, right? Oh, that's right. I threw out that evidence because it was worthless. The Iron Infant. Right. Get out of there. Oh, no, okay, he's just gonna stay under there until he drowns. Oh, no, you know what? There is a passage out, right? That's what's going on? There's a passage through the pool over into the other embassy or something. The queen who spoke of love to King Primadux. Primadune. It's the same spotlight. Yeah, same spotlight conversation. What is this? Oh, that's right. And they were trying to say that he looks similar to the Steel Samurai, which we didn't really see in the artwork. Exactly. Oh, you know what? I better move my laundry to the dryer. I will be right back. Sit tight. Okay. Suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagara, so I believe I figured out its true origin. This? This? This doesn't even look close because of the sword. Is it her? What possible angle? Where does this? I'm gonna say her.
Take that. Objection.
Playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth. Absolutely no resemblance. However, the statue is but one part of the whole picture. Freaking the leaf?
Take that.
A clip of yours? Check it out, hang on. Okay, so not the leaf fountain. Oh god! Oh god, her 3-hit passive.
Take that.
Damn. Alright. Is it both of the statues put together? Did somebody slide? No, there's no, this doesn't look anything like it's been moved, right? It's the only other thing here, though, so I'm gonna present it. You can't see that he has spiky hair on the statue. On the other... Oh my god. Agreed.
Take that!
Yeah, that's really what her hand looks
I
like.
can't do it if you're watching. If you
Soph!
Just
Oh my
too
goodness.
all right, can't do it if you're leering at me. It's creepy.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the host. We're playing some. We finished one shot tonight, so now we're playing some more Phoenix Wright. I won't finish it. I'm only streaming for another half hour. Oh, I'll see you later, Pseudobead. Thank you for coming by. Did you ever, last time we played Final Fantasy, I think there was a problem with the sound, right? You couldn't get the game sound to work. I was hoping you can figure that out for next time. Yeah, this is, which one is this? Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth 1. There's a sequel to it. I don't know if I'm gonna play that, but I might play, some of the other Phoenix Wright games at some point. If you look at my VODs from Tuesday morning, there was actually I had a lot of fun going through the new content, the new raids, and actually so oh my god, I almost want to just shut this off and jump into Final Fantasy real quick to do the Byakko fight again, because it's ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. You're fighting him, and he summons a tornado that whips you like 10 miles into the air, and then you're just falling. You're free falling and dodging attacks. In an MMO, like, in an MMO fight, it suddenly turns into a Toho game, where it's dodge all of these bullets, and you're like wind surfing through the air. It's beyond ridiculous, and in fact, I think maybe I am just gonna go do that. It's really worth seeing. That's not in the VOD because I just did it the other day and I wasn't streaming. Actually, yeah, let's just make this a crazy day. All right, I'm gonna only a very brief Phoenix Wright today.